Pardon me as we are having some technical difficulties, as per always. You know what they say. If you aren't having technical difficulties while you're streaming, are you even streaming at all? It's good to be back, and it's good to see you again. Now, before we begin, as per always, the stream is 18 up, but you're welcome to stay and enjoy some cozy and lovely vibes. But you may call me Fives, if you will. I'm kidding. But enjoy. 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh. It seems it's having trouble registering. There. Where are you? Where are you, my beauties? I don't see you. Wait a minute. Oh, there you are. What are you doing all the way over there? Silly beauties. It's been a minute, hasn't it? Come on over. Don't be shy. I don't bite unless you ask. No. It's good to see you again. It's an absolute delight. Don't be all the way over there. Don't be shy. Sometimes the camera just doesn't want to cooperate. There you are. Hello, beautiful people. It's good seeing you again. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Fives. I am your resident Concubus, here to bring you delights and enjoyment for the night, and that we can all revel in the graciousness that is life. Enjoy the beauty of the world that surrounds us. Embrace the nature of what lies beyond. Take what we do here in the virtual realm so we can learn to enjoy it in the physical one. I will be your guide between realms to take you into this world so that way you don't have to worry. You don't have to face pain. But I have something to learn from all of it. So, for those of you that don't know me or are meeting me for the first time, hello. Today's supposed to be the debut, trying to do something a little more formal in the realm of VTubing. You know, the usual, oh, who is this creator? What do they do? What do they talk about? Well, lucky you, you're gonna triple treat. Because not only do I have one form, I have 3 now. Three and some change if you want to nitpick some hairs. And also, you may remember this face from many years ago. I have not retired them, but I still use it every so often. It took me such a long time to readjust. But this is the first and foremost face that you have come to know, come to meet, come to enjoy. But I have acquired some new forms along the way. So let me introduce you to them. This is the main form. Think of me as like a Digimon almost, or I can digivolve between each and every form that I have. This one's the more femboyish one, the closest to mask you're gonna get from me. The masculine or the feminine. The ephemeral effeminate, if you will. I'm missing some of my features, namely my ability to dissolve myself. However, it's okay. Hello and welcome. Welcome. I see you in there in the chat. I see you. Hello. Welcome back to the streams. It's good seeing you again. How is my audio, by the way? I'm always trying to be careful and been doing a lot of technical testing within the last couple year and some change. Let's go with that, yeah. I know, it's shocking. I'm actually streaming properly for once. I always tend to just stream once every blue moon, should I so feel like it. Whether that's Valentine's Day or maybe a holiday of some kind. It's been difficult. It's been difficult. When you lead a life of fives, well, sometimes you just gotta wait for the ace of spades to reveal itself. Audio is good? Thank you. I'm glad to hear. Yeah. Of course, in my time being in between, I've doing some voice training, of course doing testing stream materials on other platforms, taking pictures, and just living life, just making sure that the adventure is something I can tell you properly. So for today's debut, I'm going to give you a little bit of some lore, a little bit of who I am, what I do, and what to expect from us going forward. Either way, I'm happy to be sharing these moments with you. This world is messing with my face lighting, though, I will say. You see it, right? Right here in the blush. You can tell this model's outdated because of just how the hand is. Speaking of hands, now that I've upgraded my system, I can do this. Let me lock my fingers so I don't accidentally grab the cat. Hand, hand, thank you. Hand, 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 please, hand, please, thank you. I now have fingers, so I can give you some proper boops. Yes. Rectangle blushes, yeah. There's a lot of avatar work that I am not too well versed in just yet, that I still need to work on myself, that I do not have the capabilities or the know-how to handle with this model specifically. This model is Kaito by Blake Bunny. This was the first model that I used on to stream with here, and I have a very fond space for this one, for this face, in that, well, this is the first model that felt right for me. I know I'm not using my eyes right now, but when I'm using finger tracking, I don't want to go through my entire range of emotions right now. So let me just get this nice, fun little neutral kind of thing going on. I'll see if I can talk to Blake and work with him. Otherwise, this is a very, 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 very outdated model, using a lot of older features that VRChat has kind of pushed off to the side that's not necessary anymore. There's a lot of systems here that aren't at play. So be it. And that's okay. I still enjoy this one every now and again, and we can bring this one out. I do need to add some pasties, as Blue Sky considers this as a little inappropriate. Go figure. And also for the Twitch guidelines, I might need to do something in a similar vein. And then, speaking of content, for the delicate kind, I do need to be careful, as YouTube can also be a little bit stricter on what's family friendly. I was going to dual stream and stream there today too as well. However, Fool of It Took Me did not end up preparing that for today. Hindsight 50-50. Should have tried to attempt to stream earlier. However, as you know, life is busy when you lead more than one life, so It happens. It's okay. I am recording this stream, so in case you missed it, in case anyone else wants to tune in and watch the debut, well, hello. If you're watching the VOD, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed that intro. I made that myself. It's kind of a raw workshop, if you will. But it's a little bit of an amalgamation of what was and what is to come. So, without further ado, welcome to the stream. Once more, my name is 5s. You may call me Mistress, Masteress, Master, what have you, what you will. I am your resident Concubus, here to bring you delights and entertainment in many forms. Whatever forms that takes on, well, we'll delve and learn of the secrets, both before and after, because those are the most important parts of play. And so, I wish you a warm welcome. Hindsight is gone. I ate it. How silly. And you know what? That's okay. There was once a wise turtle that said, yesterday is a history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present. And every day that you can wake up and breathe and enjoy the warm sunshine, the cool air, the sweet delights, the taste of salty, sweet, bitter foods of every range and flavor makes it that much more better. That warm cup of tea to comfort you after a long day, that nice cup of coffee to wake you up. Those kinds of things, it's so beautiful. And just thinking about it starts to put a tear in my eye and just... But yes. And in one more word of wisdom, of hope, that's kind of a painful one to talk about, brought to you by a silly horse TV show. Time's arrow neither stops nor goes backwards, only forward. And so today, going forward, I would like to help you all begin your journey to move forward with whoever you are, whoever we shall be, and what is to become, because only we can shape our own futures. And sometimes the best time to start is now. The best time to start was 5 seconds ago. The second best time is now. So let's do it, shall we? So many of you are familiar with this form of myself. This is, like I said, the Blake Bunny model. Now, this one does have an upgraded version that you have seen me in plenty of times. So let me introduce you to her. Let me find it. You have seen me in this one a couple times. If you have met me in the virtual space already, you may have seen me around in that one too. I tend to DJ more in that one. By the way, I am a DJ as well, and I do enjoy playing music to scintillate the senses of the night. Let her load up for a moment, please. A lot of these files tend to be a little bit larger than life, so things will be a little odd. Hello. So this is the more upgraded model compared to the previous one. You may have seen me in this model before. To give you a bit of a step back and a nice look. Ta-da! Whoop. Hold on. Don't look at me. Anchor world. There we go. Ta-da! This one I'd say is a little bit more appropriate and available for most content platforms. And yes, so now we'll be available on all platforms: Twitter, Blue Sky, TikTok, Instagram, the works, the places I should be, the places I regrettably have to be. But of course, you'll be able to find me in any of those spots. And of course, there's the Discord too, so if you'd like to come chat, talk about the many things of life, different delights that are available, devious or debutante. I'm just rolling words off the tongue at this point. But you always get a nice share. Oh no, this world is just messing with my face. Oh my goodness, look at that. You can see the blend shapes. Wow. This world is a beautiful world, though, I will say. This world is called Crimson Arcadia by Minnow. I'll share the world later. Whoopsies. What is happening here? I have in fact seen you on this before. Me when the shapes blend. Yes. It seems that the chat box is not working on the stream side at the moment in terms of UI. Little things we're gonna have to hammer out as time goes on. But yes. So I shall work on that later. But let's continue on our adventure. Let's find another world, shall we? And who knows, maybe I'll grace you all tonight with a dance. Or 2, or 3. We'll see how it goes. But first and foremost, thank you for being here. You are all amazing. Now, let's find another world. What do you think? Light? Dark? I am personally fond of forests. I love the feel of just walking through the trees. Here. This one's one of my favorites. It's called Isolated Mind. Let's go see it, shall we? What about 256? What's 256? Enlighten me about that. What is that? Alright, there we go. This world is called Isolated Mind by Chopin. Oh, hi. Hi. There we are. It's good seeing you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here. And please, thank you. Wow, beautiful. Good. Good. A world like this helps me so much. Nice calm place to relax and exist and be. So many colors under this nice lovely tree, where I can which spout many a soliloquy, for I of grandiloquency speak in poetry. I say too many things, and like I said, we're just roll out the tongue here and I spout poetry that comes through mine. So yes, the first, as a concubus, I am a shapeshifter. That means I can go with whatever form you desire. Me personally, I've kind of been amicable to this shape, this physique, as it tends to be a little bit more endearing to what I would like to look like in the real space eventually. In that I'm a little bit more on the slender side, a more effeminate physique, both in facial feature structure and just stature, while still being a little bit more, I don't know, in between. Naturally, I'm androgynous. I am gender fluid. I lean into the non-binary. 256 is my favorite number. It's 2 to the power of 8. Ah, I see. Don't expect me to do some big exponential math. As good at math as I am, I do not wish to overheat my brain. In my other life, I tend to run the numbers more often than I would like. So please do spare me some of that. However, I do not mind that you share such things. Please do enjoy and divulge into your delights. Of course, I'm here to appease to the desires of the mind. I guess since we're here and I'm in a nice angle, let me give you a little bit of some of my debut stuff. Ta-da! Uh-oh. Don't crash. Please don't crash. Uh-oh. Yeah, no. This is bound to happen. Okay. Uh-oh. What did I move? Move something. I moved my logos. Let me lock that down then. Trying to capture a screenshot. There we go. Did I get it? I don't think I did. It's hard. I'm trying to take a screenshot through OBS on this arm here, as I have my overlays here, and one over here on this arm, right? So I'm trying to imaginarily do this for y'all. Actually, I could do this and then just Photoshop things in later. Ta-da! Can't be VRChat without some jank. Exactly. Like we said in the beginning, if you aren't having technical difficulties while you're streaming, are you even streaming at all? So yes. Wow. These are going to be the two primary forms you'll see me in VRChat. Starting off with the other version, and then usually probably delving into this one. However, I will dance in both because I love the way they both feel. So this one's also Kaito. This is Kaito V3. So this is also Blake Bunny's model, as you can see. Ta-da! And he did such a good job with these. And when it comes to art, I support, support the artist. If you can, please do check out their shop and do go in and support, however you can. Hello and welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Yes. Welcome. Welcome, Techno. Welcome, Shinobi. It is a pleasure. It's funny, when I did make this profile on this account, I did say I was a femboy kunoichi. Go figure. So, the realm of ninjas never escapes me. Which is okay. You know, on a fun note, I can skip around on my debut notes. It's more there as like a guideline than anything else. I was going to talk about the things that I enjoy talking about. Go figure. Let's go talk about anime, because anime is awesome. Hi, wonderful. I hope you're having a good stream. Thank you. Yes, we're more or less getting started. This is actually, like, I'd say we're going at the pace I'm happy about with this. So yes. Hello. You already know me. I'm big in the red dummy chaotic. Yes. Yes, welcome. Hi, beautiful. Welcome. Hi. We'll talk about some stuff soon enough with you about the many extra activities we can partake in. And that'll be a note for later. It's good seeing you though, and welcome. Alas, since this is on Twitch and soon to be posted on YouTube, of course, we have to be a little bit more tame when talking about many of the other places and activities we partake in. But for now, hey, we're here to talk about anime. I have a love-hate relationship with anime. That's okay. Anime is not for everybody. Anime is a lot of fun in that it's a way of expressing and exploring the worlds that are out there. It takes fantasy to the extreme, and that is why I love it. I grew up with it, actually. In my time as a human in the mortal realms, I have, and as you can see, you could read it up there. I enjoy some of the mainstream stuff. I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, so I'm not opposed to having some really cool action fights and waiting for a light bulb to screw in after 5 episodes, but it's still one of my favorite jokes though. How many Super Saiyans does it take to screw in a light bulb? One, but it's gonna take 5 episodes and a lot of yelling. Yeah. As for it though, I do enjoy both shoujo and shonen anime. For those that are not in the know of either of those terms, well, congratulations, you're about to be enlightened in both sides of that realm. Shonen anime is the long-running type animes that are part of the magazine or the mangaka long-running series of weekly magazines called Shonen Jump, which hosted a feature of concurrent long-running anime. Manga is the book form, anime is the animated form, and of course then there's live action adaptations of said manga. So, Dragon Ball Z, Cowboy Bebop, things like that. Shonen tends to be a little bit more action oriented, which is, I don't mind. I enjoy a lot of action. I like the fight scenes. When the fight scenes are well animated, fantastic. It is just pure eye candy into what it can be. So shonen. We were talking about ninjas. Naruto is the big one. I grew up with Naruto. I grew up with Dragon Ball Z. I watched a little bit of One Piece. Don't know if I'm going to watch all of season 1. That's an investment in time that I only have so much of that I don't know if I can willingly want to watch and partake of. It's exhausting just thinking about it. And then there's Bleach. I wasn't on the Bleach train too much. I'd say One Punch Man counts as shonen. And then shoujo anime tends to be a lot more on the softer side of things, where it's the more delicate slice of life. As you can see here, Oren High School Host Club was one of my favorites for that. Haruhi. And then one of my personal favorites, Kaichoa Maid-sama. I always saw myself as Mizaki in the leading the double life. Wow, that really actually makes a lot more sense now. Uzaki. Was that Uzaki? No. Uzaki-chan is also another anime. That's a great one I need to watch. My Dress Up Darling. Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, I think is one of them. Yeah, that's shoujo. Shoujo tends to be a little bit more silly, slice of life, a little bit more grounded. And then shonen's the more action heavy. So yes. So you can see some of my interests up there. Of course, the list is ever long and expanding. So yeah. If there's any anime you want to talk about, actually, there's the one anime I do want to talk about. It's Panty and Stocking. Panty and Stocking is one of my all-time favorites. Just the crass, irrevocable behavior, the art style switching, and then just the transformation scenes. Just yes. So if that doesn't tell you anything about me, I don't know what will. So yes. Well, I guess since I got the presentation out now, I can kind of jump into this. I like the song Fallen Angel from Panty and Stocking. Which one was that one again? I'm being such a bad fan right now. Is that the Demon Sisters theme? Otherwise, just Teddy Lloyd does such a good job with it. What? Who are we and what are we here to do? As we should do per debut. Ta-da! This is the most ramshackled setup ever, but you know what? I can live with it. Every creator is different. No two creators will do the same thing the same way. This is how I am going to do this. So yes. Let's see if we can get a screenshot of this. Nope. The setup is cute. Thank you. I appreciate it. When I set up this date for today to be the debut day, it was kind of an arbitrary thing, like, hello butterfly, hello. It was meant to be something on the play on number 5. Why 5 exactly? Well, where 3 is too little and 10 is too many, 5 is always a nice middle ground on getting something across. Plus, it's one of those, if you put a number in the middle, it's a nice even hinge. And I am a Libra, so if you kind of put it that way, it kind of evens the scales almost literally, because the middle piece is kind of like, you know, the vertex point of it. Oh, you know what? Might as well go into that. Might as well go into the lore then while I'm here. Music I experience, we'll go there soon. Games will experience, lore. Yes. You're the hinge on my door. Oh, thank you. I'll make sure that what worries you behind the closed one, so ease your mind. Well, you're only gonna get half of my lore. I'm kind of... Don't crash. Please don't crash. You're only gonna get about half of my lore because, well, I didn't get time to finish it. Hell, I had a whole thing for an intro planned and set up, and I was working on it, but crunch time, life stuff, things like that happened, and so I didn't get to fully work on it. The most I got was this slideshow over here and the intro sequence that you saw in the beginning. And uploading the avatars, of course, because, you know, that's always a difficult thing. But for those of you that would like to know, I am a Libra, meaning I am an air sign. I am very much the balance of the nature of things, where I see both sides, and I make sure that you are okay, and things are going to be okay. I am the equalizer, but also that means it's hard for me to make decisions a lot of the time. So for me, asking me to be very decisive is a very difficult thing, if you will. But I guess to kind of start delving a little bit more into the lore, I am a spiritualist in that I just go where the wind takes me. Lady Lilith, Lady Luck, and Lady Hecate are my patrons, into which I derive my effeminate powers from, into which I thank them for. I love the moon, I love the night, I love the cold air, and having her stay in my sight. For under her gaze, no matter which way the winds blaze, I know that I can live to see the next days. Once more soliloquy. So, for those of you that don't know, I am a concubus. It is a gender-neutral term for succubus. Where did this come out about? There was a Tumblr post about this that I do wish to read off of and share with you all. Actually, hold on, I could do this. Media, image, let's just do that. Ashush. Aha. This one will kind of just be my main... Ah! It's covering me. Excuse me as this is difficult to do. There we go. Wait, if succubus is feminine and concubus is gender neutral, what's the male one? Incubus. Incubus. So, as per our Tumblr history lesson here, right? Our Tumblr linguistics lesson here. as I awkwardly place my hands to try to screenshot this. As you can see, the original theory, succubi are always women and incubi are always men. In fact, succubus comes from the Latin word succubare, which means to lie under. And incubus comes from the Latin word incubare, which means to lie on. So in new and improved theory, incubi are always tops and succubi are always bottoms. Gender doesn't matter at all. And so to the addendum, if the sex demon in question is versatile, they're a concubus, from the Latin for to lie with and beside. Proper Latin headcanon accepted. Ta-da! And so, that is how I am in service for you all, my beauties. And I guess for the lore-wise stuff, you are my beauties. That is why you have summoned me to come into your lives here on this virtual screen. I am a demon of the digital realm. From beyond the darkness, I have come to help bring a semblance of light. Also, I think stream died. Either way, my Wi-Fi died. I'm back. Yippee! Yippee! Yeah. Yeah. And so this is kind of the big piece of lore that I really, really, really wanted to state with you all and just kind of emphasize that whatever the situation calls for, I am there. And I'm happy to provide as we need to, but can't really talk about that here on the family-friendly sites, so to speak. But something to keep an eye out on my many, many links that are down below in the description. So please do feel free to check those out. I can't believe this is already an hour long. I am, wow, running this debut. Go figure. But yes, so there you go. So what does that mean? I am gender fluid. So what is gender fluid? Gender fluid means I can switch between presenting as both masc and feminine, hence why I have the other model and the other Abby. So there are some days where I will feel extremely femme. This is the right level of androgynous for myself. And that this region is, let's go with flexible. Hold on. Because, you know, I can just, oh, hi. However, this is just a nice middle ground, wouldn't you say, my beauties? So yes, and being of the cubi nature of the realms in between the many, I don't discriminate. Whatever your orientation is, whatever you identify as, I tend to make my colors represent my many flags of the rainbow variety. And so if you notice, gold eyes, yellow eyes, blue hair, pink bow, a kind of purplish stripe here. So yellow, blue, and magenta are the key three colors of the pan flag. And so everyone loves to make the joke about pansexuals being into pans. Like, alright, fine, funny, haha, pan joke. However, I like to kind of equate it somewhere in the similarity of the vein of Ace, in that it's just kind of we choose more on who we are into, in that where bi panic tends to happen of like, oh my god, they're both so hot. I think everyone is hot. You just like, but it's both in the realm of the physical and the emotional, mental, in a way, demi omni, all of these different many terms. With June coming up, you know what? We can do a whole lesson on Pride Month and the different LGBTQIA identities that exist. And I would love to do that actually as a presentation. My orientation is techno. Hell yes. I will get to that in a second. Because that is actually part of one of my many slides that I do have set up. So, bonus points for you, techno. Good on you. So yes, The way I put it before is, being pan is, it's not what's in your pants, it's what's in your heart. So yes, I think that's a good enough lore talk right there. But Techno, since you brought up music, well, EDC just happened, or I think there's a second week to EDC. For those of you that don't know, EDC stands for Electric Daisy Carnival, which is a huge electronic music festival out here in the United States plane of existence. As to not dox myself. It is in the magical, faraway, distant land of Las Vegas. Over in the Speedway. So for those that don't know or not in the electronic world, EDC is the biggest electronic music festival here in the States, which I am residing in the realms of. I'm not going to say where, but anyways, yes, Las Vegas, a great magical land. And so EDC is host to thousands of amazing people. Before I delve into that, I do need to delve into rave culture and what it means to me, in that, as someone who enjoys going to raves, we have a motto which has been a key part of my life that shapes my philosophy as to who I am. And that phrase is PLUR. It stands for peace, love, unity, and respect. As of late, they've added an extra R, which stands for responsibility, where the thing about music festivals and music and just nightlife activities in general, things can get a little wild when you partake of many friends, right? And so the R of responsibility being, well, if you're going to go throw up in the toilet, make sure you know how to tie your hair back, kind of thing, and drink water afterwards, and making sure you get some food in you, kind of thing. That's what the other R is supposed to represent. So yes, PLUR. The first electronic show I went to was GTA, and that was a lot of fun. It was a dubstep show. I love being on the rail. The rail is my favorite spot to be at. It's just chef's kiss. Ugh. I love electronic music because of just the high, literally the high electric energy of just, I feel that bass running through my body and just want to you know, it feels great. Las Vegas? Yes, Las Vegas. I wish Las Vegas was real, right? GTA Grand Toothpaste Automobile. No, I don't know what GTA stands for. I'm pretty sure it just stands for Grand Theft Auto, but also, like, electronic artists always have a funny name. Like, as you can see up here, BTSM stands for Black Tiger Sex Machine. I have actually seen them live. Twice. Once at a local venue. The other time at another festival called Lost Lands. For those of you that don't know Lost Lands, well then, do you like dinosaurs? Well then, future me, insert clip of Lost Lands. But yes, so Subtronics, Rez, and Skrillex, they're more of the dubstep, the dubby kinds. Rez is more future bass, which is a whole different subgenre in and of itself. However, my musical range does range. I am, well, like how I'm polyamorous, I'm polygamorous too. I listen to music of any genre, of any variety, all over the world, when and wherever in time, space, and time. So, growing up, when I was smaller, I played a lot of classical music on piano. I do know how to play piano. I play guitar. I'm a vocalist. Maybe some of those will have some space in future projects, adventures, and endeavors. Who knows? So you can see up there, you know, I grew up with some classical knowledge. And then, I guess, as you can see, rock and roll has always been a huge part of my life, and another huge shape into my philosophies and natures. Green Day is one of my favorite bands, and just the raw anger and potential there. My Chemical Romance helped ease my ailing heart many times over. Paramore is currently speaking to my healing phase, and Panic just helped start up my wild party phase. So yeah. Future bass implies the existence of past bass and present bass. Well, I'd say rock and roll is kind of more the present bass, and then just some orchestra stuff would be past bass, really. So future bass being all based off of synthetics and electronics, you know what? It kind of works right there. Oh, I'm starting to get hungry. So I tried to be funny and set up this debut for 5 o'clock p.m. My current time zone is Pacific, right? 5 p.m. Pacific. However, in the last minute crunch time, I took a nap 2 hours beforehand. Oops. And that's okay. At least now, like, me starting at this time, it removes a lot of the stress and weight that I was kind of like carrying going into this debut stream of just like, you know what I mean? It pulls a lot of the weight out. You didn't eat? I did eat breakfast at least. Listen, alright? I did that minimally. So yeah. So I like to use this form as a lot more expressive. I feel this one just fits better with my range of motion. And for those that are curious about my setup, Quest 3 slime trackers. I may be a VTuber, but you know what? A bitch be broke sometimes, and sometimes going for the budget option is okay to do. So, for anyone who is wanting to get into VR, don't be intimidated of going for the budget options. I know one thing I tell my friends is don't cheap out on your electronics, but also don't break the bank going into it. That is a very, very, very important distinction in that. It's okay. You can buy your stuff piecemeal, you can get it over time. For me, it started with a roughly 2K rig that I use for gaming, which I guess can lead me to my next point. Gaming. Anime. Games. There we go. It's okay. I play VRChat on desktop. That's good. That's okay. Desktop VRChat is a great way to go around and meet people and just explore the worlds that are out there. To meet people. I mean, like, that's the whole part. People think VRChat is all just existing in VR, but people forget about the chat part. I started out as a deskie myself way back in 2014, and I was using a $750 rig back then, and that rig, rest its soul, you know, it took me through a lot, and I was able to game on that for a good portion of time. And here we are now. But yes, let me get through the rest of my presentation notes and then thing. Which, honestly, I think I should introduce you to my newer forms now. So, when it comes to VR, you will be seeing me in this and the other Blake Bunny model. Occasionally, you might see me in this one. Hello, hi. Hello, my beauties. So this is my more ephemeral form. A more friendlier form. Something more tasteful. More thematic. More gentle. And more playful. Hi. So although I'm a concubus, I am a shapeshifter. And, you know, one of the many forms is a forest nymph. And I'm happy to take on this form. Go ahead, get some screenshots in. I should actually get some screenshots for myself too. Come on a minute. And pose. And pose. Oh, it's so cute. Hi. I'm doing a bad and like not fully debuting the full range of what I've created. There. Ta-da! So this is the Spring Nymph edition. I made this form because with my friend Hexy, we have come to entertain the realm of the spiritualists, as I said earlier. And so I've come to embrace my more magical side, in that I am also a tarot reader and a poet. So by technicalities in terms of classes, I am a bard. Let's go with that, yes. Princess, oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes. So, to celebrate and welcome spring, known as Beltane, I have created this form. And so, this is my more spring summery identity. And so, this model is a Vroid that I have made originally. And so, I will use this form a lot more to play some games, as it works better with my my system. And so, speaking of games, what are some of the games that we're going to play? Well, I'm here for some good stories, as you can see, to kind of delve more into my lore of existence, in that I come from a realm between both heaven and hell. I'm going to play Hades at some point. Hades 1 and 2. I finished through 1, but I finished a run of 1. However, I do kind of want to delve into that a lot more. Especially diving into Hades 2, because Melano is just... God, everybody in that game is so hot. So yes, we'll do Hades. We'll also play through Haven. Haven is a... Talking about Haven is so good. Like, Haven's a game I've really, really, really been wanting to play through. And so, being a being of love, built on love and sensation and lust and pleasure and whatnot, Haven fits perfectly into my realm of just yearning. I think yearning is the right word here. And then Catherine Full Body. Catherine is a great game. It's a puzzle game, and I do want to finish that one. I've seen a couple of different playthroughs. I know how the game ends, and now there's multiple endings to it, but I want to see which ending we get together. And To the Moon. To the Moon. Oh, I hear it's a great game. It's been on my list for so long. So we'll see how that goes. Punishment. I'm also here to take on some punishment. So with that, let me give you my other form on this. Here's actually the main version of this Avia that I should accentuate and divulge into. There we go. So you were talking about a princess. Well, here's our combat princess form. Kind of my... Let's go with, like, elven assassin form. What is my height? That is the question here. 6'8". That's fine. So yeah. So, a little bit on the action-oriented side. I want to go back and play some more Souls-likes. I want to finish Elden Ring. I need to finish Elden Ring. I want to play through Steel Rising. Steel Rising is another Souls-like game where it's kind of French clockwork in its design, and I'm really excited for that. Princess That Will Kick Your Ass. You damn fucking right about that. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. A friend of mine is super passionate about that series, and I do want to check it out. It's a little bit tougher since it's an older game, but I'm willing to play through it. I just need to put a couple mods on it so it's actually playable. Like, actually legitimately playable, because crash and system performance and older games, blah 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 blah, that kind of thing. Zenless Zone Zero. After some recent news about Hoyoverse, I'm kind of hesitant, but I did start Zenless. Bernice is my girl. I love Bernice. I want to play just because Bernice is funny. She encapsulates everything I'm into. And Bayonetta. She has goals. Bayonetta has goals, but also it comes back to the knives into the lore of heaven versus hell. So we need to explore that identity and ideology. And of course, we're also going to have some cozy days, After a long month of action and adventure, of course we're going to need to wind down a little bit. So I'd say for the third week of the month, we'll look into doing some cozy games. I am still working on a schedule. However, I'm going to lean towards Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday. So Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, maybe? Maybe. That can work out in its favor. ZZ has my best favorite character ever to be created. Who's that? Who's that supposed to be? While you divulge in that information, I shall divulge in what cozy games are going to consist of. And that's going to be Hollow Cure, Save the Fans, just a little fun chaos, not too much to worry about. Slime Rancher. I've been meaning to finish Slime Rancher. Because Slime Rancher is one of those games where it's like, my goal normally is to make as much money possible so I can just buy out every single upgrade thing. We can do that, but also there's a cozy adventure that comes with Slime Rancher, and I do want to bring that to you all. It's a nice game to unwind and relax to. And Coffee Talk. Oh my goodness, Coffee Talk. I played through the first game. Absolutely beautiful. There's already a third game that's out, so I do want to explore that too with you all. Words cannot describe how much I hate Zhao. I see. Yes. So, we have a... Can I put my foot up here? I can. There. There we go. Yeah. This works for me. I can go with this. Yeah. I like this. This is a nice pose. I like this. One for the screenshots. Okay. Actually. There we go. That's for me. So yes. Let's see. So games, lore, anime, music, things I enjoy talking about. I mean, that's all kind of right there. We've kind of exhausted and explored all of that. Uh-oh. And so I guess one thing we can talk about is our goals here on this channel and what we're going to do. And so, I want to make an impact. Down the line, as time goes on, we're going to do some charity events too. Definitely one for the Trevor Project. And whatever other groups we can find. Trevor Project, St. Jude's Hospital, St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Those are the two big ones I know of. Today's Memorial Day. I should do something for the veterans, but I cannot at this moment. But as you can see, we, being a being made out of love, we must share that love and pass it forward amidst those who cannot, who need it the most, who cannot experience it the same way we can. And so we must lighten the hearts for those who carry a heavy crown of their own. It's a lot. I can hear my stomach rumbling. I am so sorry. Pardon me. Provide a safe space. In the world right now, it's a very, very scary place to be. And so I want to be able to provide a place to escape from the realm of worry that is out there. Enjoy some stories. Like I said, video games are a way of life. I've learned a lot from video games. Philosophy, art, music, all of it. It encompasses every form of that. Talk about the themes of life. Ooh, yeah. When it comes to our VRChat adventures, I am going to soliloquy and talk about the many... There's a wet spot on my floor. Ooh. Hold on. The themes of life. I will. I just need to finish this up. So yes, we'll talk about the themes of life and all of what encompasses it. And this is where the 5 comes from, of the 5 different themes. Before I started this stream today, I did want to talk about the 5 stages of loss. Loss, grief, depression, bargaining, things like that. I did want to talk about that because recently we lost a friend, and I wanted to do something to talk about that, to process that for everybody. And of course, dance and make merry. You know, I'm going to be dancing for y'all on stream, as you saw in the intros. I enjoy music and I enjoy dancing. So there's your idea of what to expect out of these streams and who we are as 5s. But for now, I really do need to go eat, as it is 9 o'clock. I did not take my medicine today. Ooh. So yes, I definitely do need to get going myself. So yes, so thank you all for tuning in for today's stream. Thank you. And if you're watching the VOD over on YouTube, what games would you like to see me play? What songs do you like? Which form of these did you enjoy the most? And I have more outfits for this version too, so if you'd like to see those, let me know. Until then, you guys know the drill. You know the funny thing for the algorithms. Like, favorite, subscribe, hit that bell icon. I don't need to tell you any of that. You already hear it plenty of times, but it does help. And it lets me know to keep going. And I'll still keep going anyways. But without further ado, thank you so much for watching. And just remember, you're valid, you're beautiful, you're safe, and wherever you are in the world, have a beautiful day or a beautiful night. You are amazing, and thank you for being here today. My name is 5s, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.